Welcome back to Toyota Center, where the Rockets starting lineup is being introduced to the fans here tonight. The Houston Rockets coming off a victory. In fact, the Rockets have won 2 games in a row, and the Nuggets have won 6 games in a row. Luis Scola giving the welcome party to Trevor Ariza. Ariza has now moved into the starting lineup ahead of Shane Battier, and Rick Adelman will try that arrangement out at least for the rest of the season. And Luis Scola getting a lot more playing time now with the exit of Carl Landry has really been putting the points up on the board. What a marvelous March Scola is having. Brandon Roy got the Western Conference Player of the Week award. I tell you, they just as easily could have given it to Luis Scola this week, coming off a 42-point performance. There's the game he had against the Nets Saturday night. 44 points and 12 rebounds in 41 minutes. And if you play 41 minutes and have 44 points, that's pretty good production.
That's better than a point a minute. Are you kidding? Look at that. Jump hook. Everything was going. That shot was evident. But there he is, even following Aaron Brooks' miss. He did that a lot. He scored in so many different ways. He just made himself a force on the court.
You know, Scola joined an impressive group of players since the 86-87 season to have attempted at least 25 field goals. He made the 20 of 25. Michael Jordan, back in 1988, shot 83% on 24 of 29. Karl Malone, Dana Barros, Shaquille O'Neal. So Scola joining a very select company with his performance the other night. And Rick Adelman said, man, he's never seen him play better. And you're going to see a heavy dose of Scola tonight, but a little difference. He won't have the same cast of characters guarding him. It's going to be a little bigger.
Yeah.
Adrian Dantley now, as the assistant coach, has been stepping in for George Karl, who is undergoing cancer treatments. And we again wish our best to George. George, one of the good guys in the NBA, and he'll be missing games from time to time when he has his cancer treatments. But Adrian has been his #1 assistant for a long time and
doing a great job.
Yeah, had a great career at Notre Dame, played for Digger there, and then had a great pro career.
A Hall of Fame pro career. You couldn't guard that guy. He's 6'5", playing the power and small forward. And let me tell you something. He made you look silly when you tried to guard him. He got layup after layup.
Started in Buffalo. Remember when he was in Utah, he'd just back you down right into the lane.
and spin off you for a layup.
Yeah, boy.
And if he couldn't do that, he'd run into you. He'd be on the line. The thing I hated about Adrian Dantley, who's a great player, was it took him like 10 seconds to shoot his free throw shot.
Oh, gosh, I know.
Oh, it used to drive me nuts.
In fact, they put in a rule that you had to shoot in 10 seconds.
That was the Adrian Dantley rule.
That's exactly right. Well, the Nuggets won the first game at Toyota Center, and they're still only, even though they did that this year, they're only 4-12 in the last 16 games here. So the Rockets have had an edge against Denver, but right now they've got it going. And the Nuggets are playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. They score the most points of any team. They get to the free throw line the most of any team in the NBA. So the Rockets can't afford to have a down defensive game. They gave up 108 to the Nets Saturday night. If they play that kind of defense tonight, the Nuggets will score 140 points on it.
Yeah, but the Nuggets are a much better defensive team as well. So they got to do both tonight, Bill. This is one of the better teams in the Western Conference. And let me tell you something, you got to compete against the Nuggets.
Rockets are back and healthy. Kenyon Martin will sit out tonight. And he's still got that knee problem that they're trying to get well before they get into the real serious games down the stretch.
The doubling Carmelo right off the bat.
Billups from the outside misses, and Kevin Martin.
That's the problem with doubling Carmelo. You give Billups the open shot, and he's a 41% three-point shooter.
We won't have to worry about the Kmarts tonight, you know, with Kenyon Martin and Kevin Martin,
who are not related.
Yeah, since Kenyon won't play. There's a scoop by the ice cream man. Give me one.
Scola still hot. That was kind of a heat check from the other night.
Wow, what a move, huh?
Unbelievable. Luis, as the primary big guy for the Rockets now, is really stepping up.
And they can block shots. So can Petro. And Nene to the middle with a hook shot. Missed it. Scola's right there. Boy, he gets every loose ball.
Yes, he does. He's the hardest working guy in the NBA, I believe. Night after night.
And he can hit that shot, too. This time he misses.
He missed one. Woo! He was shooting over 80% on 25 attempts.
Nice pass to Petro, puts it up and in. Johan Petro had 11 points and 15 rebounds against the Rockets last April.
It's a career night for him.
Yeah, well, it is. It absolutely is.
Hey!
So he likes playing, and Ariza takes it in for two.
A nice move by Trevor to continue to use a change of pace to get to the basket. He was heavily contested.
May gets it back out to Aaron Aflalo. And that's a long two, a youngster from UCLA.
Just really shoot the ball at the two-guard position.
Scola gets up and down the court, and AB rewards him.
Yeah, that's how Scola scored the other night. He just runs the floor so well for a 6'10 guy.
Just never stops, does he?
No, and Aaron Brooks looks for him.
Carmelo Anthony,
who we said was the best offensive player in the game today, Carmelo.
Number 3 in the NBA in scoring at just under 29 points a game. Carmelo, only LeBron James and Durant are ahead of him, and a three-pointer for Aaron Brooks. And that sets the franchise record of 38 straight games with at least one three-pointer.
It's nice that he made the first one. Now he doesn't have to sweat it. He can just play basketball. Guys are always thinking about that.
There's a miss. The rebound goes to Petro, and he missed the layup. Tipped outside by Scola. Kevin Martin has it in the open court. Finds JB again. Aaron on the drive. Nice pass to the chuck wagon.
See, Aaron Brooks is dissecting the Nuggets defense, and he's finding the open big guys for easy layups. That's the beauty of playing with a point guard that could break down the defense.
Chauncey Billups. They said he was washed up in Detroit. And another missed layup. Chuck wagon gets it out to Brooks. Kevin Martin on the wing, sets for the jump shot. Got it.
Oh, by the way, don't blink, because this game is quicker than any game you'll probably see all season long. They get it up and down the court in a hurry.
Well, and that's what Adrian Dantley is saying, the same thing you are. He says, let's slow this team down a little bit. The Rockets, they opened up the starting gate, and the Rockets came flying out as Kevin Martin gets 2 of the Rockets' 13 points.
Well, if you want to play with the Denver Nuggets, you got to score early and often. The Rockets have the early part down. They lead at 13-6. Join us for our St. Patrick's Day celebration Wednesday at 7:30 as the Rockets take on the Memphis Grizzlies. First 5,000 fans get a free beer mug courtesy of Valvitalia. It's also a Houston Chronicle Guys Night Out. Get 2 tickets, 2 Clutch City hot dogs, 2 large green beers or sodas, and 2 Rockets t-shirts, all starting at just $52. Call 713-627-DUNK or log on to Rockets.com today for more information or to get those tickets. Bill, back to you.
That's a big game between these two teams too, Bart. Houston at 33-31, Memphis at 35-32, and they're just ahead of Houston. Portland has that number 8 spot solidly in check at 41-28. They're going to be hard to catch. The only 2 teams right now, Memphis and Houston, as Petro puts it up and in. 7-footer, they've been waiting on him for a long time. He started out, he's from Paris, France.
Started out in Seattle. He's the number 1 pick.
That's right. Remember, they had 2 years in a row they picked a big man number 1. Neither one of them panned out.
Neither one of them.
How about this big man, Scola? He's listed at 6'9", but he's playing a lot bigger than that.
Scola's 6'10" every day, but let me tell you something. He's one of those guys that you got to guard. He comes to play every night.
Nene takes it in over the 6'6" center for Houston. The chuck wagon. Brooks got up in the air with no place to go.
We had Scola. He drew the defense. It just bounced it past Scola. Good thought, bad execution. You know, you saw the graphic where Aaron Brooks made a 3 in 38 consecutive games, passing Luther Head for the all-time franchise high of most threes made in a row. That's a pretty phenomenal record.
Yeah, it is. In fact, Billups has made 35 in a row.
He's that good.
There's Brooks turning it around off the glass. Scola was there. He had it, lost it. Billups in the open court. Chauncey. As found new life in Denver since he came over from Detroit. He has paired nicely in that backcourt with Carmelo Anthony.
Well, he was pretty good before he came to Detroit. I mean, before he came back to Denver. 7 straight Western Conference Finals with Chauncey Billups and the Detroit Pistons.
Steal by Ariza. He's got Martin on the wing. Ariza back to Martin. Beautiful fast break. That's textbook. That's the way you run it.
Ball never hit the floor. Don't you like that? You can always pass it quicker than you can dribble it down the floor.
Rockets lead by 7. Taking it inside.
Carmelo just steamrolls Trevor.
In the first matchup between these two, Clyde, let's check the fast break out first.
Look at the great steal by Trevor. Just in the passing lane to Kevin. Back to Trevor. Back to Kevin. Layup. Nicely done, guys. Those two guys can fly, and that is their advantage in transition.
In the first game this season, Carmelo Anthony went to the free throw line 20 times against the Rockets, made 19. 19 of 20 in that first game. That's the most by a Rockets opponent this season.
Carmelo shoots 83% from the line on the year. But if you look at his points and his rebounds, you know why he's a primetime player. I think he's one of the top 5 players in the entire game.
He's been to the free throw line 507 times already this season. There you see the officials, Ken Mauer, John Goebel, and Courtney Kirkland.
Trying to post Ariza on Afflalo.
Yeah, that's a UCLA matchup right there.
Yeah, Trevor has about 4 inches in height advantage. Look how quickly they get that ball back down for us.
Both teams really like to set up early in the offense. Then they lost the ball. Look at all the white jerseys. They run to position. Martin passed on the 3. Brooks back to Martin. Now he'll shoot it, and he's short. Petro with the rebound.
I tell you what, the Rockets have a little intensity on the defensive end. I like that. They're focusing.
Afflalo from the deep corner with a miss. And over the back, they're going to call it on Scola. I thought Petro was behind him.
Yeah, the ball went over Scola's head. There's really nothing he can do. It looked like over the back by Petro. You see him right there in the corner.
It was.
A little reach, but it was over Scola's head. That's what they call it.
Ariza goes for the steal, and he's called for the foul. Boy, Anthony gets a lot of calls.
Well, as you would call them, they're superstar calls.
Yeah, they are.
You have to earn the right to get that call. Now look at that entry pass. Trevor has the ball. It's anybody's ball even now.
Well, the official, Goebel, made the call behind the play.
It was a loose ball. It was anybody's ball. I agree, Bill.
The official in front of the play didn't call it.
He had the same view we had.
Yeah, I don't understand. There was no way for Goebel to see it. The official with a good look at it didn't call it. And the foul is called on Brooks. Ariza has to go to the bench. .5:45 left to play in the first quarter. Anthony traveled.
Well,
that was a terrible travel call.
He's a darn good player, but if you let him get away with the travel, he's invincible.
I mean, he picked that pivot foot up
way up.
Get-go.
Yeah. Next time, take a suitcase.
Pass to Martin for 2 and 1. What a pass from Chuck Hayes.
The Chuck Wagon can make that pass. Check this out. A little give and go. The little C play the Rockets run. All it is a triangle cut. They make the defense pay. Look at it. Martin backdoors it, the behind the back from the Chuck Wagon, and Kevin Martin does the rest. That's exciting basketball.
Well, Martin gets that free throw line, not as much as Carmelo Anthony, but close. These two guys can spend the season in one game at the line.
Yeah. And they shoot a high percentage once they get to the line.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets, as a team, lead the NBA. They average 31 free throws a game. That's far and away more than any other team in the league. And there's a foul. And Battier fouls Anthony.
See, Anthony's so tough because he can shoot the straight up 3, so you got to get in his face. And when you do, he'll dribble right by you, 1-2 dribble pull-ups, and just race right over the top. And he's so deadly. I mean, he's tough to guard. Or he can take it all the way to the basket.
Well, he's on a pace for about 20 more free throw attempts. We got 5:05. This is this is Denver 31 times a game. Utah 4 free throws behind them.
Wow, that's strong. That's how you win games, though. That means you're being ultra aggressive, taking the ball to the basket.
Martin is fouled by Afflalo, so you call it for one, you got to call it for the other. Both of these guys are great open court players. Afflalo gets the foul call, and Martin at 6'7" also is great in the open court. So these two guys, that's why they go to the free throw line so much.
Yeah, it's hard to defend that. As a defender, you try to stand your ground. But if a guy runs into you and just throws the ball up and he gets a foul, what do you do next time?
Well, our first impression, you saw the March numbers, I hope, just a moment ago. They just flashed up for Kevin Martin. But his first impression has been a good one for Houston.
Oh, I agree. This guy's nothing but class. When he's healthy, he's one of the better scoring 2 guards in the league. And that's exactly what the Rockets needed to go along with Aaron Brooks. Somebody to put points on the board.
85 of 91 is a Rocket, and an offensive foul called on Billups. Great move by Battier.
Battier anticipated that move by Chauncey. Veteran against veteran there.
That's watching a lot of tape, isn't it?
Yeah. Battier just stood his ground. He knew Chauncey's a power point guard. He likes to just fly and beat up to those guys who set picks. He just runs right over you. Wow, you see that crossover?
Yep, pretty good by Brooks. He left 2 guys in the dirt. Scola goes to hook it up, rims it out. I hadn't seen that flying hook shot by Scola this season yet.
He's got a lot of moves that he's still uncovering here in the month of March.
Well, he had to step up for Team Argentina a couple of Olympics back when Manu didn't make it. That's going to be a turnover by Denver. Remember when Manu set out 2 Olympics back and Argentina won, Scola was the #1 offensive player in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he really has been relegated to second-hand scorer for Houston, but now he has to score, and he's stepping up.
Well, his first couple of years, he was the 3rd and 4th scorer.
Yeah.
But he's always been a primetime player. He's finally getting the chance.
Brooks off the glass for 2. Good quick release by Aaron Brooks.
It's amazing when the better point guards in the league come into this building. Aaron Brooks rises to the occasion. He's a competitor.
Carmelo with the fake, missed the jump shot. Petro with the rebound and 1.
Yeah, you got to put a body on Petro. He's too big to let him roam free in the paint.
That's the only way he's going to score.
That's it. That's his job. Because he's not much of a shooter or a post-up guy. But he's got to go get some second chance opportunities. Ball goes up. Watch Petro leaning on Scola. See, he's 7'1". You got to get him out of your paint. He's too tall.
Seattle really wanted to have him be their starter for a long time. He just never could grow into it, and he had some injury problems too.
Yeah, they drafted 3 big guys, #1, 3 straight years. Robert Swift was another 7-footer.
He was a 17-year-old when
Johan
they drafted
Petro,
him.
and I forgot the guy from Senegal. He didn't play much.
That's right.
He was 7'2".
Yeah, Martin gets a step, and he's fouled. So J.R. Smith just checked into the game and committed a foul in the first 5 seconds. Boy, it looked like he was stuck in the mud. J.R. Smith, he's their scoring specialist. He comes off the bench a couple of nights ago in Memphis. He erupted for 30 points, most of that in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Denver comes from behind a lot this year. They have the ability with the veterans to turn it off and on. And here comes your man.
The Birdman.
The Birdman, Chris Anderson.
You gotta love the spirit within which Chris Anderson plays. He comes out, he's a free spirit. He has a great time on the court.
Playing with a broken ring finger on his left hand, and he broke it in Memphis a couple of nights ago, but he's played with a lot of injuries this year. He's a tough guy.
Well, he's a tough guy, and he doesn't have to shoot, so he can play with a broken finger.
He had 5 blocked shots in that game against Memphis.
You know, he's always, year after year, one of the league leaders in shot blocking.
Travel again by Carmelo. It's blocked. Up ahead, Brooks. Nice pass to Kmart. So Shane Battier, who leads the Rockets in block shots, gets another one.
Well, I love the Rockets. They get that ball out to Aaron Brooks, and it's a fast break.
Anderson with a slam. Got inside.
Chris doing what he does best. Hanging around the basket.
Don't blink, you're going to miss the action of this one.
Oh, it's a quick, fast-paced game.
Brooks again for two and one. What a shot! A one-handed shot all the way. Watch this one again, folks. He never puts his hand on the basketball. He just takes it from the dribble on up. We'll show it to you when we come back. (31-20), the Rockets lead the Denver Nuggets. Let's check out the Bounty Hunter playoff picture. And we talked about this a moment ago. The Lakers 3 games up on the Nuggets for that #1 spot in the West. Dallas was cooled off the other night in Big D. Utah, but they had won 13 games in a row. Utah's been playing well. The Thunder may be the hottest team in the league right now.
I agree. Those guys are playing extremely well. And the West is always hot and heavy. A lot of good teams in the Western Conference.
I want you to watch this again. I love this. He never put his left hand on it.
See, Carmelo's guarding him. He's going, you can't guard me. I'm just going to go right by you. So he's so quick. If you don't have help, look how far away he was.
He's got those big hands, Clyde, where he's able to do that. A lot of guards can't just scoop the ball, can they?
But what he has is touch, and you can't teach touch. You know, some quarterbacks can loft it over a guy's hand, like Peyton Manning. Not every quarterback can do that. Brooks has what's known as touch. Yeah, that means he played a lot of basketball.
They refer to him as a little man. He's probably a shade under 6 feet tall, but he can play because those big hands, those long arms.
And he's quick.
Yeah, and the ability to get to the basket a step ahead of you.
And he's tough, and he's a competitor. You add all those things up, and what you have is an all-star caliber point guard.
Yeah, Brooks with 8, 12 points for Kevin Martin. From the deep corner, another miss. Tipped outside, a fresh 24 for Denver.
Battier 1-on-1. See, that's what great offensive players do. They command so much attention, which leaves their teammates free for cuts for easy layups.
Nobody picked up Aaron, and he rims it out. He got a wide open look. Chauncey Billups back the other way. Billups with a turnaround, got it.
Trying to back Aaron down using his height advantage. Chauncey's really good at that because he has a great release on his jump shot.
Averaging 20 points a game.
Highest ever, I think.
Yeah, when you look at his numbers, they're the best they've ever been.
In 13 seasons as a professional.
And that's going to be a foul on Chauncey. And for Billups, that's #2.
Now the Rockets here with Budinger checking in for Chuck Hayes are going small. They're matching the Nuggets, who are also small. So if you thought the game was fast before this, stick around. Oh, it's going to get even faster. You got Kyle Lowry getting ready to check in.
He'll check in after Brooks shoots the free throws.
You got to love this.
This man right here gets a lot of assists off the fast break. Look at that. #1 in the league in his percentage of assists on the fast break.
That's what he does. He forces the action. He's a one-man break, basically.
He's right ahead of O.J. Mayo. Isn't it interesting? He used to play on that team.
Yeah, those two together would have been electric.
I'm glad the Rockets have him.
You and I both.
Anthony Carter outside now, 1.5 minutes left to play. And Carter gives it up. Oh, there he traveled again.
Battier Carmelo again.
Carter with the reversal, and he missed the shot. And the Rockets finally get the rebound. AB gets it up the court in a hurry, stops, and pops. Two-pointer for Aaron Brooks. Rockets lead it by 12 points. Rockets have been out to early leads against Denver in the first 2 games.
Yeah, but the Nuggets always seem to find a way to come back in the end because they never give up.
J.R. Smith back outside to Carmelo Anthony. Anthony with a 3.
So you got so many great shooters on the floor for the Nuggets. You got to give up something. You stop penetration, you leave the outside guys wide open.
Lowry throws it up off the glass. I don't know if that was a pass or what it was.
Slippers.
And Aflalo puts it up and in.
See, he scored on a 1 against 2 Rocket defenders. You cannot let that happen.
No. 36-29, 26 seconds left to play. Difference of about 10 seconds. Shot clock, game clock.
Going to go Aaron Brooks, probably 1-4 flat. Yeah, they're going to keep it flat.
And I don't know what Aaron, I guess, was expecting one of the wing guys to break to the ball. Neither one of them did. Buttinger and Battier were flat-footed.
Yeah, he was trying to give it to Buttinger. I think the ball hit his foot and went out of bounds. Just a lackadaisical pass.
Now J.R. Smith will have the basketball. Final 5 seconds. Steps back out, misses, and a loose ball foul is called on Anthony.
And that's big because the Rockets are in the penalty. They're giving up 2 free throws.
That really is, isn't it?
Watch Carmelo shoves Kyle Lowry right in the back. Wow.
Not a very smart play.
And that hurts. Carmelo's 6'8", about 240. Kyle Lowry 6'1", about 210. He's going to feel that in the morning.
I think he's about 240. He just hides it well. I mean, he's strong.
He's really well built. He's a power point guard, is what he is.
I'll tell you, we were just kind of joking around on the plane the other day, and he gave me a little shot to the arm. Man, I got a bruise. He was joking around. I said, man, stop that.
Cut that out.
He's strong. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it.
A week later, you're still feeling that.
Oh, man. And that's a length of the court shot that will not go. How about the Rockets putting up 38 points in the first quarter? Kevin Martin with 12 and Aaron Brooks with 12. So that's 24 by the Houston backcourt. And Scola giving you a little music going out.
First quarter in the books. Really entertaining if you're a Rockets fan. They lead at 38-29. It's time to sign up for the 2010 Rockets Blacktop Battle presented by the University of Phoenix Houston campus, happening next Saturday and Sunday on the streets outside Toyota Center. Showcase your skills against the best ballers in Houston. Each participant receives a tournament t-shirt, player packet, and 1 ticket to the Rockets versus Grizzlies game on March 17th. To register, call 713-758-7563 or go to rockets.com. Bill?
Thank you, Bart. 38 points by the Rockets. Their second best quarter. 39's their best so far this year. Aaron Brooks. And a foul is called on Graham.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a high-scoring affair, but 38 points in a quarter? Woo! That continues. We'll be looking at 120-ish type numbers.
Denver is a really complex team to figure out. You know, some games, when they play against good competition, they play better.
I agree with that.
And they really are the best home team in the league. They're 28-5 at home, but only 17-16 on the road. And that's something that George Karl and Adrian Dantley would like to solve.
Well, the reason they're so good at home is the altitude. Mile high.
Want to play Lotto Texas for a chance to win a jackpot as big as the Lone Star State right now. The estimated annuitized jackpot, $60 million. So play Lotto Texas today. It's always your lucky day if you can win that.
Ooh, yeah.
J.R. Smith forcing it up over Buttinger. Jordan Hill with the rebound. So Hill will be in there along with Battier, Buttinger, Brooks, and Lowry.
Different combination. We've never seen this combination all year long.
And Battier takes it on the baseline, and a foul is called on Joey Graham. So all Joey's done since checking into the game is draw a couple of fouls. He's out of Oklahoma State. Boy, Oklahoma State's got a good two-guard this year.
Yeah. They come up with some players quite often. Remember, John Lucas Jr. was there. Tony Allen, who plays for the Celtics, also was there.
Yeah.
3 seconds on Kyle Lowry? He was camping out in the paint. I don't think the ball's been in bounds 3 seconds, let alone long enough to get a 3-second violation.
Well, Kenny Mauer's always good for 3 or 4 bizarre calls.
That no one else can see but him.
Or will call. Good official, but just likes that. There's that alley-oop, and that's a veteran team there. You got to know J.R. Smith. If he's just standing around the basket, you got to move him out.
You got to put a body on him. You can't let him roam free. Put your hand on him. Move him.
Budinger turns that corner. Nice pass to Hill, and he missed the layup. He got it back, and they got fouled going to the basket. Are they going to call goaltending?
That's Jordan Hill. That's what he got to do. Ain't no harm in missing the layup, big fella. You got to dunk that, though. But what he does is he stays with it. That's what you do. You just make sure you score. You should dunk that at 6'10". When you get an opportunity around the basket, go up and throw it down.
You know, he's really a gifted young player and hasn't played a lot. As Trevor Ariza now will come in for the first break for Aaron Brooks, who played the first 14 minutes of this game. But this young man has a chance. He's still very young. He's only 22 years old. And he's
got a great stroke. He's got a nice little shooting touch around the basket. He's very athletic.
You know, when you look at his frame too, Clyde, you know that he's capable of putting on probably 15 pounds of muscle without affecting his quickness whatsoever.
Absolutely. They probably will over the years. We'd like to see that.
And he gets both free throws.
He's a rookie. I mean, come on, what do you expect from rookies?
Yeah, he's getting a chance to play here, and that's exciting because I don't know why he didn't play in New York.
That guy by the name of David Lee.
Ought to found a place for him. Carter hits a 3. Nuggets are the number 4th team in the NBA in three-point shooting at 37% from the field. They can hit it and light it up.
Rockets at 67%. That's how you win games.
Lowry back out to Ariza. Oh, he passed up the shot twice. Takes it in on Anderson, who almost blocked it.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Chris Anderson is one of the better shot blockers in the game, night in and night out.
Yeah, you don't want to attack him. J.R. Smith, what a scorer he is, huh?
Well, he can drive, he can shoot, he does it all.
Budinger knocked out of bounds by Denver. Kevin Martin will check back into the Rockets lineup. And Budinger will go out. Now David Anderson will check in. Who's he coming in for?
Battier.
All right.
Ariza has 2 fouls.
He stays in the game.
You got 5 seconds.
Well, that pass was going nowhere.
Bad execution by the Rockets. Inbound play.
J.R. Smith, he might shoot it from about the 10th row up.
And make it.
Yeah.
And if he's missing them now, watch him in the 4th quarter.
That's exactly right.
He can make 7, 8 in a row.
He has no conscience, which makes him a good scorer. Ariza taking it in, and he's called for traveling. My goodness.
Wow.
You got to do it at both ends, don't you?
You got to be. What players want is consistency from the officials. You shouldn't even know they're around. You just want consistency.
42-36. Nene takes it to the middle with a hook shot, short. And David Anderson needs to find a handle on that ball. Hit him on the noggin.
And when you just come into the game, you know, you're not loose. That's the worst thing you can do. Sometimes you just need to let it come down, let it hit the ground, and then get it. Everybody's down court.
Good ball, boy. Anderson with great defense. Ariza. Pass back to Jordan Hill, who's fouled. And he'll go back to the free throw line. So we have a timeout on the court. 8:54, getting a little hully-gully right now. And the Rockets lead it by 6.
8:54 left in the second period here at Toyota Center. Rockets lead at 42-36. Hey, join us for our St. Patrick's Day celebration Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. as the Rockets take on the Memphis Grizzlies. First 5,000 fans get a free beer mug courtesy of Valvatalia. It's also Houston Chronicle Guys Night Out. Get 2 tickets, 2 Clutch City hot dogs, 2 large green beers or sodas, and 2 Rockets t-shirts, all starting at just $52. Call 713-627-DUNK or log on to rockets.com to be here for St. Patrick's Day. Bill, back to you.
Well, you got to have basketball on St. Patrick's Day. No doubt about it.
Where's Jim Foley when you need it?
Well, he'll be here. Wearing the green. All right, Billups will be back in with J.R. Smith. Nene stays in the game along with Carter and Anderson. The Rockets will have Hill shooting the free throws. Lowry, Martin, Anderson.
Now, what the Rockets have got to do now is continue to play that solid defense. Second unit, a lot of the guys on the floor. They got to continue to stop the Nuggets, but at the same time put points on the board. And how do they do that? By clogging the paint, making them make shots on the outside. Don't give them anything easy in transition or around the bucket.
Rockets have become a very good free throw shooting team since Kevin Martin showed up.
Isn't that amazing?
15 of 16 for Houston tonight for 94%. 4 for 5 for Denver. There's another layup. The Rockets' interior defense is really porous.
Exactly what you can't let happen. One dribble layup.
I don't think Hill was expecting that pass.
Oh, he traveled. They got away with it.
Martin to the basket for 2 more. Kevin Martin, 14 points. Ian Brooks with 14 apiece. 8-point Houston lead. Anthony Carter. Nice little back up. Gets it back. Missed the 3. Anderson. And Anderson going head to head.
Chris and David.
There's Martin again. Puts it up. And David Anderson follows it to the basket. Well, Chris Anderson went for the block, left position open. And that's going to be 2 and 1 for J.R. Smith. Look how quickly he gets to the basket. This is a guy who really is just a very natural scorer.
It's a guy that Anderson fouled. Chris Anderson goes for the big block. David Anderson says, oh, I got an easy layup here. Nobody blocked him out. That's how it's done. J.R. Smith is explosive. He's fun to watch. He has a good time. He's like an entertainer. He comes to the game, he's entertaining the crowd, even when he's not on the floor.
You know, he came right out of high school, and he was drafted in the first round by New Orleans and ended up being traded to Denver. And he grew up while he was in Denver.
Yeah, great acquisition by the Nuggets. He's a primetime player.
George Karl's been known to take players. He likes that athletic ability. They have a little edge to them.
Yep.
There's David from the outside, fills up a 3. Anderson.
That's a good play because Chris Anderson is not going to come out and guard him from the three-point line.
And Martin knocks the ball out of bounds. Rockets are 2 for 4 behind the arc and 2 for 8 for Denver. Nene in a crowd of people. And Hill has the ball kicked. And that's going to be a break for Houston. J.R. Smith deflected the ball and then kicked it with his foot. They're going to call a kicking, which gives the ball back to Houston. I think the Rockets may have gotten a little break here.
Yeah, they did. He kicked it with his foot. Jordan Hill, let me tell you something. He went up and got that rebound in traffic. That's something the Rockets haven't had in a while. A guy that can get up in the midst of traffic and go get that rebound. I like it on the defensive end.
Well, it helps if you're 6'10".
Yeah,
Rockets.
He has a lot of get up and go get it in him. Carl Landry had it on the offensive end, for sure.
There's Kmart, and he tries to draw the foul, and he does. What a smart offensive player. Much like Carmelo Anthony, he's able to fake the jump shot and draw the foul.
Here he is. He's skilled up. Step back, boom, pump fake. See, once he steps back, guys think they're going to try to contest the shot, and he just lets you jump right into him. Very smart move by Kevin Martin. You know, offensive moves are nothing but skill. Here's a guy who's highly skilled. Very few players in the game today can make that move. They don't have the patience or the skill level or the knowledge.
Well, that's what Daryl Morey wanted. He needed somebody to help Aaron Brooks in the backcourt. There just wasn't any wing scoring for Houston.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can find a guy to score in the post.
But the wing is a thing of beauty because they, those guys are out there 35, 40 minutes and running all night long.
That's right. Nene back outside. Smith with the miss. Ariza with the rebound. 6:40 left to play in the first half. Kevin Martin rises up with a three. Over J.R. Smith, giving him a little of his own medicine.
Yeah.
And the Rockets with a 15-point lead. That's the largest lead of the game now by Houston. Phillips just hanging that ball out there. Nice pass off and a foul called on Houston. At least now with Jordan Hill on the roster, Anderson's got some help in giving up fouls. David never could afford to give up very many. He had to stay on the floor.
Watch the last three. Kevin Martin looks down, creates just enough space to get that shot off. And when he's rolling, he's fun to watch. 19 points already for Kevin Martin. And we haven't even gotten to the half yet.
Well, Nene with a miss. Nene from Brazil in his 8th NBA season, his best season ever. Of course, he was treated for cancer a couple of years ago. He's had some injury problems too. So this is the first time he's really been in good shape and been on the court for any extended period of time, and it's paying off for him.
Yeah, in his 8th season as a pro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of patience by the Nuggets.
Well, it's all coming together for them now. He's a 60% shooter from the field. That's good for number 3 in the league. Ariza saves it. Still 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Rockets. Lowry hits from the outside.
Well, that's how you make something out of nothing. It looked like a busted play. Kyle Lowry was able to take it one-on-one and make something happen.
10-1 run for Houston. Rockets shooting a sizzling 68%. Well, J.R. Smith got a little fancy, dribbled it off his foot. Now Nene's going to have to make it happen. He bumps Jordan Hill right out of there.
See,
that's why you got to build up some bulk.
Yeah. Nene says, you're too light.
Back door.
Get in the weight room.
Knocked out of bounds by Denver.
Because Nene is a man down there. You got to contend with him.
5:26 left to play in the first half. Rockets on a good run, leading at 58-40.
Be around as long as we are, and much longer. All right.
Rockets with the lead. Here is tonight's Verizon Wireless reliable replay, and it starts with the Shane Battier block at one end, and that turns to instant fast break offense for Houston. Battier leads the Rockets with over a block a game, and Kevin Martin knows what to do with it.
And Aaron Brooks again on the great pass, but look, give Battier a lot of credit. Carmelo is one of the most lethal offensive players in the game, and he gets a block there.
14 fast break points already for Houston. That's what the Rockets average per game, so they already have that.
All right.
Rockets had 23 fast break points in the last game against New Jersey.
That's how you win games. Now, Houston has out-rebounded Denver 7-1 in this quarter alone. So they're out hustling the Nuggets, and that's why they keep extending that lead a little bit farther.
I don't think Denver ever really worries about how far they get behind, because they have such a great offensive team.
They know they can come back.
Yeah. 11 times this season, the Nuggets have come from double digits down to win games. There's Anderson from the outside, misses, and the other Anderson with the rebound. Offensive foul called on Denver.
See, Kyle Lowry is one of those guys. Phillips he's physical and Lowry's physical. That time Lowry got the better of the exchange. That's 3 fouls on Chauncey. That's going to make a difference in how he finishes up the quarter.
And Luis Scola comes into the game for Jordan Hill.
Adrian Dantley, or there he is. I was going to say he's got a lot of confidence in Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want him to have 4 fouls before the half.
As a coach, You can't keep up with all of that. You've got assistants and to tell you who's got how many fouls and whatnot, right?
Yeah, but you better keep up with one of your best players as a coach.
Yeah.
They don't have that much to do, trust me. They don't have to play.
So now Chauncey will just stroll off the court.
Yeah, take your time. We got all day, young fella.
That's his way of protesting, his silent protest.
Yeah. Mosey off the court.
Mosey, I like that. That's a Texas term.
Absolutely.
Ariza, look at the ball movement. Nice fake, and traveling is called on. You know, take a look at number 15, though. Rockets have 2 traveling calls. Now watch that guy right there. Travels every time he gets the ball.
Carmelo, he has. And not one violation as of yet.
Double team. He doesn't needs to pass that ball. They go to Carter inside, back to Anthony. In and out, won't go. Nene clears it, takes it inside with a left-handed shot. He missed it again. He's got it inside. Nene goes for the dunk, and Lowry's finally got it. Boy, there's a lot of traffic in there right now.
Nene is frustrated to no end.
Kevin Martin misses. And the 2 Andersons go up. Chris comes away with it. Anthony to the basket for 2.
That's too easy. You got to get help on Trevor. Carmelo's too skilled up on the low post. That's a layup line. Got to double that.
Taking it to the basket is Martin. No whistle. And now a whistle as Lowry with a foul. Smart foul by Kyle Lowry to stop the fast break. Martin was sitting in the front row.
Kevin Martin wanted the foul. He thought he got fouled on the play. The official did not think so.
Lowry picks up his 2nd foul of the game, so Aaron Brooks will come back in for the final 3:50 of this half. 58-46.
Brooks got 14 points and Martin 19. How is that for production from your starting backcourt?
That's pretty good.
I take it every night.
Almost a steal. It is a steal by Ariza. Gets it over to Brooks. Brooks down the baseline. Kevin right back. Brooks passes up the shot. Ariza on the drive. Goes for the monster slam. And the Rockets get it back. Martin all the way to the basket. Has it stripped. And they trying to get it across. Finally does to Carter. Smith from deep. And Anderson with a rebound. Quickly to Aaron Brooks. Rockets have the numbers if they push. Back to Aaron. Back to Ariza.
See, that Rocket fast break is incredible. They commit to it. They are fun to watch.
Yeah.
With Ariza, Martin, and Brooks, they got guys who can fly. With Stola as a trailer, I like it.
And J.R. Smith trying to draw the foul. Nene's got it. Puts it up and in. He's going to clear him a path.
Oh, he's the man down there. And he loves contact. So he want to knock 3 guys out before he gets the shot off.
Brooks on the outside, 11 on the shot clock. Well, he had a step, he stopped. Now he comes back the other way, knocked out of bounds by Denver. Couldn't decide what he wanted to do. We have a timeout on the court, 2:15 left to play in the first half. Trevor Ariza with 2 of the Rockets' 60 points. This is the 14th time this season the Rockets have had. Rockets with 60 points in the first half. We finally found Matt Bullard. He was up on the 3rd row eating ice cream.
That was good ice cream too. But
yeah, I know.
Hey, let's go to the bullseye and I'll show you some good fast breaks. Now David Anderson got the rebound and outletted it to Aaron Brooks. Look, there's 3 Nuggets behind the play already. So now Trevor and Luis, all they got to do is run, and then Aaron is going to pass the ball up. Go ahead and let that pass come in, and then stop it right there. Now, the pass, the ball always moves faster than running. So now that takes one of the defenders having to guard Kevin Martin. So now there's only 1 defender back, and you got 3 guys attacking right there. So go ahead and let it run. Watch the defender for the Nuggets. He's got no chance. And as Trevor goes in and dunks it, he thought he got fouled, but the Rockets have 16 fast break points. That's how you get 60 points and a half, is by running in transition and getting easy buckets.
But Matt, if you're the Rockets, you've got to, there's Aaron Brooks putting it up and in for a three-pointer. If you're the Rockets, you've got to avoid premature elation.
There's no doubt. You can't get happy feet right now and think you've got the game won. There's still 24 minutes left coming back in.
Well, it's not even that. We haven't even finished the first half, guys.
That's exactly right. You don't want to get elated right now.
No, keep that down.
Bill, you're the word meister.
Well, that's our.
He's a wordsmith.
That's what he is.
That's if you read those books, that's the new word in Washington, D.C. right now, isn't it, Matt?
He Googled that.
They're all elated there in Washington,
Yes,
D.C.
they are. They're all elated prematurely. There's Anthony.
Carmelo, you got to double him. He's too good on the low block. Too skilled, too strong.
You don't think anybody knows that?
But you got.
Aren't you supposed to know that?
You should.
Martin.
He's only averaging 28 a game.
I'll tell you, neither one of these teams have played much defense, but it's been fun to watch. Here's Scola taking it in. Leans under Petro. Ice cream man, give me another scoop.
Scola goes underneath Johan Petro every single time.
Well, you can't go over it.
Petro has not figured out how to stop that.
Nene shoots it over Anderson. Air ball goes right to Anthony. And count it, and one.
See, Anthony's very physical. He's 6'8", 240. So he likes contact. So he's a good offensive rebounder. You got to keep him out of your paint. Watch the shoulder. Boom! He hits Trevor and says, "Get out of here, little guy.
Yeah.
You're too little to be down here with me." Carmelo's strong. I mean, he's in the weight room constantly. The big guy with a great shooting touch.
Yeah, and you talk about all the great scorers now. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Bryant, all of them, and this guy right here can score at will.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade.
Scola from the outside for a two.
Scola saying, "Hey, I can score at will too."
Rockets with 67 points. Their best first half of the season is 68. That was against Toronto. And there it is, a miss, and the Rockets with a chance to have their best first half of the season. Brooks with a give and go, and it's erased at the basket. Block shot. Right back the other way, and Anthony just bowled over Battier, and Aflalo gets the follow.
Carmelo's missed about 3 or 4 layups today. He's frustrated around the basket. That's a delay of game, Carmelo. Could be technical.
It is. They're going to call a technical on it. And Kevin Martin will shoot it.
Well, they tied it.
Yep.
The highest scoring half so far.
68 points. The best half by the Rockets this season was 70.
Ooh.
And that was at Milwaukee. Remember that
Yes.
game?
Oh, they went exploded. That was an offensive explosion.
Rockets hit 16 threes in that game against the Bucks. Now, Rockets will have the final possession.
They're probably going to go Aaron Brooks here. Kevin Martin. They got options.
You can go back and get it. It hit off of a Denver player. Rockets will have 10 seconds on the shot clock, 18 game clock. Aaron Brooks back to Battier, who's wide open. He missed it. That was the first shot of the game for Shane. Carmelo Anthony.
That's what makes him so tough. He's off the dribble. He can get a shot anytime.
So Carmelo Anthony finishes with a 19-point first half. 20 points for Kevin Martin and the Houston Rockets. We have got a gunfight right here in OK Corral. I mean, we got a good one. Both teams going after each other, 68-57. Stay tuned. The Toyota halftime report is next.
JR, they're 11 for 12 for 28 respectively, and the Rockets' 2 primary scorers, Brooks and Martin, are 11 of 19. That's the difference in the game.
Rockets will have it to start the third. Denver will have it to start the fourth. Phillips playing with 3 fouls. He doesn't want to pick up number 4 in a hurry. And AB dribbled right into that double team trap.
Yeah, and he threw it off Nene's leg, which was a very intelligent play because it was a turnover waiting to happen.
Well, it just I couldn't see him anymore. He dribbled right into that double team. 8 on the shot clock.
Pick and roll, Martin, Scola. Nuggets are doubling it aggressively.
Oh, Riza flies to the basket. He's fouled by Petro, and Anthony never moved his feet. Riza went by Carmelo like he was stuck in cement.
But Trevor's quick off the dribble. There as he gets it. Carmelo closed out, but he didn't close out under control. And that's what happens. You got to close out and be in a position to back up and still defend if the offensive player goes by you. Don't just run by him. We call that matador defense.
No, that certainly was. Of course, the end of a 4-game road trip for the Nuggets.
Yeah, Olay.
And I know he can play better defense than that, but it's a Monday night in the NBA. The lights aren't on yet. And there's Anthony, missed it originally, and you can't let him go back up and get it again.
He's done that repeatedly, but that's the first time he's made the layup.
Riza with a miss. That's 13 offensive rebounds now for Denver. That's too many. Phillips fires it up and in. Here they come.
Here they come. You know it's going to happen. These guys got one of the most potent offensive teams in the league. 3-point shooters with Billups, Carmelo, and JR. You cannot stop those guys.
They score this many points every night. You've got to either stay with them or play a little deep. Scola pulled his arm back. Flalo, Billups in the open court. He'll fire it up again. There it is.
They're dangerous. They're better off when they're behind because they don't run any plays. They just come down and freelance, and they're dangerous.
They were down by 11 at the half. They were down going into the fourth quarter in Memphis by 12.
Field goes this quarter. Nuggets 3 for 4. Rockets 0 for 2. They're settling for the outside jumper. They need to get something going to the basket.
Riza picked up. Kevin Martin 4 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Martin, oh, what a tough shot. Wow.
He was hoping to get the foul. Flalo moved out the way, so then he had to make the shot, and he did.
Phillips gets a pick from Anthony, leaves him wide open, and he missed that one.
Yeah, you can't let him come off at the free throw line wide open. That's a blown assignment.
Well, they covered him on the 2 threes. He made both of those. Tough matchup. Chuckwagon going to the basket. It was erased by Nene.
So you know that's going to happen. Denver plays above the rim. That's why they're so talented and so fierce. They have shot blockers.
Carmelo with an air ball. Riza's down court, beats Anthony back to the basket, turns one way, back the other for 2. Anthony looked over at the bench and said, "Get me off here. I'm tired." he did. He just looked over at the bench.
He just started the third quarter.
Phillips. Maybe he was just saying it was his fault.
I think so.
He didn't look tired there, but he missed the shot. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. He hasn't come back on defense. Rockets have the numbers. Chuckwagon inside for 2.
Chuckwagon with the spin.
Anthony never crossed midcourt.
Well, you know, you got to get your superstar motivated to play defense. And right now, Carmelo is not playing the greatest defense.
Flalo from the outside. Well, he can play for this team a long time. If he plays on that weak side, he's going to get a lot of wide open looks.
A lot of. If he can't get it done, J.R. Smith will come in right away.
Riza working on Anthony again. There's a turnaround, tough shot, air ball.
And Trevor's got to take the ball to the basket against Anthony.
Yeah.
He can get by him at will.
Nene turns inside. Got trapped inside. Long three-pointer is good by Aaron Afflalo with 12 points.
He can shoot it. You got to guard him. He's a force on the floor.
So it's 75-71 as Denver has started out on a 16-7 run to start the third quarter.
See, the Rockets can't get discouraged. They got to continue to do the things they were doing in the first half.
Oh, backdoor play, and Kevin Martin is fouled by Aflalo. That's a play that one of Rick Adelman's favorites, the old Princeton offense, working that backdoor.
Just backdoor. Kevin Martin doesn't do anything special, but he just backdoors and watch him coming off. He fakes going up top. Aflalo, still a young player, goes for that fake. And rule number one, keep the offensive guy in front of you as a defensive player.
That's the Pete Carrill school of coaching right there, the old head coach at Princeton, who was an assistant for Rick Adelman
for many years.
Sacramento, and Kevin Martin loved him. I remember when you were on those 5 Slam and Jammin' teams, you guys played Princeton. They used to have great teams back then when Pete was there.
Yeah, Pete was always very competitive. They were one of those upset teams in the NC2A tournament.
Yeah, you had to always watch them.
Yeah. Kind of like Gonzaga.
There's Aflalo taking it in, back outside to Petro. And Petro hits the jumper.
Petro not known for his jump shot, but he's obviously added that as a weapon in his game.
Martin on the perimeter now to Scola. Scola tried to pass it at the last second.
Yeah, Chuck was wide open. If Chuck was an above the rim player, he could have lobbed it above the rim. But since he's not, you got to try to throw it through the defense.
And that's going to be a foul on Chuck. And it'll be out on the side. Billups is going to argue, saying he was going to the basket.
Well, he's a veteran. He's going to try to get the easy 2-pointer from the line because he's a great free throw shooter. But the referee made the proper call.
Second foul on Hayes, the first team foul on the Rockets. 2 have been whistled on the Nuggets.
Rockets made an adjustment to doubling Billups off the pick and roll.
Anthony gets a step on Ariza and missed the shot. Tipped up in the air, and Nene's got it, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Boy, he is so big and strong. He is controlling the action inside.
Well, he jumps so quickly. Watch how quick, if you can show the replay, watch how quick Nene gets up. Anthony drives, he misses. Nene tips it up. Before anyone else can move, he's up again. Talk about an agile big guy. Oh, my goodness. And he does clear a lot of space around the basket. Those big shoulders.
Of course, Chuck Hayes is trying hard, but he's only 6'6". And you're going with a guy that's got as much bulk as you do.
And twice as quick and jump twice as high.
Yeah.
And he's 6'10".
11. I'll go you one better.
Just don't say 6'12".
Well, then we've reached that magic 7-foot mark. 77-75 now. It's a 2-point game. Big shot, Scola. 12 points for Luis. Keeps the Rockets up by 4. Double team on Carmelo. Phillips comes away with it. Back to Petro. Will shoot it at the elbow. Missed it. Got it right back. Puts it up again.
Rockets not doing the job in the paint when they're trying to secure the rebound. They're letting these big guys go scot-free. You got to put a body on him and block him out. Check out Luis on the pass from Brooks. Take some of that. He's still hot from the other night.
You saw him shoot it at the apex of his jump.
At the top of his jump shot, that's where your release should come from.
Petro, 64% free throw shooter. That was only his 15th free throw attempt this season. He's played in only, this is his 22nd game.
Oh, he's got 10 points. That's a bonus for the Nuggets. He only averages 2 a game.
79-77. Biggest lead of the game for Houston was 16 points back in the second quarter. That's been erased.
It's been a while ago.
A lot better defense being played now by the Nuggets.
Yeah, they're switching everything.
Brooks to the basket. Got it up and under. Carmelo tried to block it. Got there a little late.
Brooks is so quick. I mean, you could just go by Carmelo. Carmelo's a 6'8" small forward. Not quick enough.
Phillips muscles his way inside for 2.
Chauncey makes up his mind he wants to score. There's not one point guard in the league who's better.
Martin back outside. Scola looks inside. There it is. And a foul is called. Hayes will go to the free throw line. He missed the gimme. And for Chuck, you better get that layup because he's not a good free throw shooter. When we come back, he'll be at the line. That big lead by the Rockets has dwindled down to 2 with 5:19 left in the third. Hey, we want you to check out FoxSportsHouston.com to find out how you can go behind the scenes during a Fox Sports Houston live broadcast. Don't miss your chance to be a broadcaster for a day. FoxSportsHouston.com has all the details.
You can hang out with Bill, one of the best in the business.
Oh, you can hang out with Clyde when he interviews all the coaches and players before the game. Gets all those stats. Watch how he does it.
You can see it live and up close.
Yes, indeed.
Bill, I've said it before. Broadcasting with you is like playing basketball with Akeem Olajuwon.
Why, I won't pass it to you?
No, he passed.
Yeah.
When you're playing with the great ones, when
don't-
you're with the great ones, it doesn't get any better.
He'd pass it to you.
Because he knew I could do something with it.
That's right. Yeah, if you couldn't hit that shot, you weren't going to get it.
No, he wanted to win. Believe me.
How about the Chuck Wagon stepping up and hitting those 2 free throws?
I like it.
Rockets back to a 4-point lead. Good pickup on Billups. Ariza goes for the steal, gets burned, and Anthony gets 2 out of it.
Wow.
You gamble. It's all right when you steal it, but when you don't.
Keep him in front of you. Carmelo's too lethal.
Brooks puts it up, missed it.
Points in the paint. Nuggets 42. Rockets 32. That was one of the keys to the game. Rockets have got to at least get close in that category because you can lose the game if the Nuggets get too many points in your paint.
Well, Denver with those 15 offensive rebounds. That's a lot of those paint points, and there's another offensive rebound and putback. That's 16 offensive rebounds for Denver.
Yeah, they got too much offense to give them the cheap ones like that. They shoot the ball too well from the outside.
Oh, Martin, backdoor play. Great pass from Hayes.
Aflalo has not learned to keep Kevin Martin in front of him.
How about the old give and go? It
Give
still
and go.
works.
He makes a good hard cut. That's what makes it work. The Chuck Wagon was ready right there with the pass.
And they taking it inside, back out to Anthony. And the Denver Nuggets finally get the lead.
Carmelo has one of the most beautiful jump shots in the game. Picture perfect.
First lead of the game for Denver. They just don't play until they have to.
Well, the second half kind of wakes them up. George Karl, the head coach, is battling cancer. So Adrian Dantley is subbing as an assistant head coach. And, you know, when your head coach is not there, guys don't play unless they have to. That's kind of the human nature side of the game.
Carmelo Anthony bumping in on Martin. Back to Aflalo. Aflalo to Nene. And he's short on the shot. Good defense by Chuck Hayes. Neither official knows it. And finally, Courtney Kirkland makes a call.
Wouldn't you know it?
They both looked at each other like they didn't know what the call was, and then Courtney made something up. Aflalo will come out. J.R. Smith will come in.
Now here's where the Rockets have got to say, you know what? You guys have made your run. Now we got to make a run before the end of the third quarter.
He said he didn't see it. But then he made a call. Billups misses, and Scola with Petro all over his back. Looked like a night at the rodeo.
You got to try to get something on the low post with Scola. You got to get him some more opportunities. He's only 6 of 10 tonight for 12 points. He's hot.
Chris Anderson will come in for Petro now.
When a player is hot, you got to ride him. Kevin Martin has 26. Brooks has 19.
Jordan Hill in the game along with Battier. Battier gives it up to Scola, clears out of the way. Scola, Nene, one-on-one. Scola with 2 scoops. And he's called for travel.
2 scoops. And it slipped out of his hand, really. He had his shot that he wanted, but it slipped out of his hand.
2 scoops and an oops.
So the slippers count?
Yes, they do.
Can he get a mulligan?
Yes, unless you're wearing them past midnight.
Can he get a mulligan?
86-85 Denver. Nene squaring up. Back in the corner. J.R. Smith with a miss, and Hill runs it down, gives it up to A.B. Look at Scola. Sprinting to the basket. Aaron Brooks, too. By Scola hustling up the court, it gave Aaron Brooks an avenue.
Yeah. gave him room to operate, but that's what the Rockets have got to do. Use that transition game like they did in the first half.
Nice pass to Nene. Billups, beautiful move. And a foul is called on Billups, and that's number 4. And a timeout is charged to Denver. 2:27 left to play. Denver already with 31 points in the quarter.
Just under 2.5 minutes left here in the third period. The Nuggets have taken a 1-point lead. It's time to sign up for the 2010 Rockets Blacktop Battle presented by the University of Phoenix Houston campus, happening next Saturday and Sunday on the streets outside Toyota Center. Showcase your skills against some of the best ballers in Houston. Each participant receives a tournament t-shirt, player packet, and 1 ticket to the Rockets versus Grizzlies game on March 17th. To register for the Blacktop Battle, call 713-758-7563 or log on to rockets.com. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Bart. Boy, Bart's doing double duty
Yes, he is.
tonight. Working that sideline, working the pregame, postgame.
He can do that. He's that talented.
Oh, he's a multi-faceted guy.
There you go, using those big words again.
Well,
you know, in that blacktop, Bill, I think you and I can take anybody in the city.
yeah, I'll stand outside and pass it to you. That's what I did best. That way I can get a lot of assists. You know, the one thing when you talk about what the Rockets will be pursuing in the offseason or in the NBA draft, the Rockets have allowed 42 or more points in the paint in 4 of the last 5 games. Denver has 46 in the paint already, and Daryl Morey's saying, Yao Ming, hurry and get back, and I'm going to get you some help in the offseason.
You need another shot blocker.
He's always on that. He's always receiving texts or sending one out. Keeping his ear to the ground.
Yeah, you gotta control the paint. Look at that, going in circles.
And looked like a charge at first, but apparently Hill was inside the circle.
Chris looked like he got hit pretty hard. That was a big collision. Chris is in pain.
You recruited him, didn't you? When he was...
Birdman was going to come to the U of H out of Blinn Junior College. Oh, look at a lot of contact there.
Hill was in the semicircle.
Yeah, that's the reason for the foul. You know, these big guys are not used to getting up in the air and getting knocked down. They're usually landlubbers. Guards do that.
Well, he spends a lot of time in the air. He's
the problem is big guys don't know how to land when they get knocked down.
When you're the Birdman, you got to spend a lot of time in the air, right?
Well, he's a shot blocker, so he spends time in the air playing defense. One of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet, Chris Anderson.
Yeah, he has had some substance abuse problems 3 or 4 years ago, and he got that cleaned up. He was suspended by the league. He sat out a year, and when he came back, he was determined. He said, I'm going to be a solid citizen and a good basketball player. And
he has been.
And he has been.
To his credit. Say hello to his mom, Linda.
That's a guy that had the sign that said, I want to be on Fox Sports Houston. He's got so many signs up there. He also went to Blinn. There's Martin putting it up with a miss.
Birdman from Iola, Texas.
That's right. Carmelo.
Carmelo, too skilled up. See, when he's shooting the ball like that on the outside, that makes him even tougher to defend on the inside.
When you try to score with Denver, you're in trouble. That basket by Aaron Brooks is only the 22nd point scored by Houston, 34 by Denver already, so they just got too much firepower. You're going to have to make some stops. And on that guy, it's hard to do.
Well, Battier's got his hands full trying to guard Anthony. Playing solid defensively, but the good scores in this game, you need help.
Well, LeBron couldn't do it one-on-one.
No, a good offensive player would torch any good defensive player.
There's a mismatch. Anderson out on the wing, and Aaron Brooks takes him to the basket with a left-handed scoop. Boy, look at that backcourt. 52 points.
26 apiece. Martin and Brooks. I like the production.
Under a minute left to play.
Let's see if they can do it going down the stretch.
Good defense by Houston. They doubled and still got to the weak side. There's J.R. Smith backing up. Oh, man.
There's so many weapons.
They are so good.
You know, in the last 6 minutes of the fourth, they'll have all three of those guys on the court at the same time. Billups, Carmelo, and J.R. Smith.
Aaron Brooks trying to get the ball back. Bad pass, knocked out of bounds by Nene. 11 on the shot clock. Petro comes back in the game. And Anderson, who has that broken finger.
He's beat up a little bit.
Yeah, he's beat up. He comes out.
This time of year, players have been playing for six months, and they're a little banged up, a little bruised. You're rarely healthy at this stage of the season.
So Martin comes to the bench, and Lowry comes in. Rockets will have 11 seconds to get off the shot. 27 left in the quarter.
Aaron Brooks off the pick and roll.
Boy, he shoots that from Discovery Green. Air ball. Rockets got to shoot it. Battier floats it up. It catches iron, and a foul. Good hustle by Jordan Hill. He'll go to the free throw line.
Houston just being out rebounded on the boards, but that time they got the offensive boards. They're out rebounded 12-6 here in the third quarter.
Well, Hill has played only 10 minutes. He has 5 rebounds and 4 points.
One thing Jordan Hill has showed me is that he has the ability to go get the ball in traffic. He's a good rebounder, and that's a marketable skill for a rookie. You can build on that.
Phillips will come back into the game. Remember, he's got 4 fouls. Petro's playing with 4.
For the last possession.
Yeah. Hayes, the only Rocket with 4 fouls. Now Ariza will come in. For Scola, this will be for the final possession matchup purposes.
The Nuggets are small, so Rick Adelman, being the chess player that he is, matches up with Adrian Dantley, small lineup.
Hill gets 1 out of 2. 2-point lead by the Nuggets.
They'll take the last shot of the quarter.
You got Billups, Carmelo, J.R. Smith. Take your pick.
A lot of offense.
5 seconds. They're going to go to Carmelo. It's going to be his ball. 2 seconds. Down to 1. He passes off, and that's going to be a violation. He didn't get the ball off in time. Mistake by Carmelo Anthony. Rather than rising up and shooting, he passed. Denver with 38 points in the third quarter. And going to the final 12 minutes, Denver up by 2.
And let me tell you something, the Nuggets are one of the toughest teams to guard in the fourth quarter because they have so many options.
And when the Nuggets want to, they can play some defense. They've got big enough people inside to shut you off. Joey Graham gets it over to Petro now. J.R. Smith will bounce out. Carmelo hits again.
See, when he looks down, he freezes you. And then he just raises right over the top with that picture-perfect jumper. He's lethal as an offensive player.
13 of 26 for Carmelo Anthony, 33 points. They come out on Brooks and stop the ball. Shot clock at 6 seconds. And Brooks tries to put it up over Carter, can't do it. Back the other way to J.R. Smith, hangs in the air, gets the 2, and the Nuggets come out of the gate in a hurry. And that Rockets fast break is gone now because they're not missing any shots. The Rockets running game is gone. There's Lowry trying to take it in. He misses.
And this is where the Rockets have come up short all season long against the better teams. The inability to score down the stretch.
40 to 26 rebounding edge by Denver, and Rick Adelman calls a timeout. The Rockets just don't play defense anymore.
No, but the Nuggets are playing defense, and they're also putting points on the board.
7-0 start to the quarter by the Nuggets. Denver building the lead to 9 points. Hey, Red Nation, it's time for the HEB Fan Cam. Let's have some fun. Martin back outside. Trevor Ariza passes up a possible shot. And Lowry with a miss. I figured out why there's so many young people here tonight. Spring break.
Exactly.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, no, I got 4 kids. You know I know about it. 2 of them are home from college, and it's great to have them home.
Graham. He got in foul trouble right off the bat. He came in, committed a couple of fouls. There's Anthony again, just shooting it from everywhere.
Right over the top of Ariza. When he gets hot, we've talked about it all night long. One of the most potent scorers, if not the most potent scorer in the entire league.
Best offensive player in the league. There's no doubt in my mind.
There's so many ways to score, Carmelo.
And that's knocked away by Carter. Back the other way, Kevin Martin with the miss. Got the rebound and a foul by Graham. Denver 4 for 4 to start the 4th quarter. Rockets 0 for 2. Denver shot 58% in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
And a 13-3 run now by the Nuggets. This is why I like them to challenge the Lakers.
Well, they can challenge like they did last year, but they can't beat them. That's my opinion. Lakers are too deep, too talented, and they have a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
and those 2 big guys, Gasol and Bynum, oh my goodness.
I know, but if I think Kenyon Martin's a key for Denver if they can get him back healthy.
But they're too small for the Lakers. That's the problem. Lakers are large in every way.
Even the way Nene's playing this year?
Yeah, he's just too little. Gasol and Bynum are above. Both of them are 7-footers. 7'2".
J.R. Smith taking it inside, forced up a miss, and a loose ball foul is called.
Very late
on Battier.
So even a guy like Johan Petro, who's a 7-footer, against Gasol and Bynum, he may be too small because they're quicker and they're more athletic.
Well, he's not going to play when that man comes back.
Kenyon is only 6'9". He's too little for those guys, as good as he is.
And a miss. Finally by Anthony.
Well, they hadn't missed very many in this quarter.
Lowry is fouled by Carter.
Good job of Lowry. Forcing the action.
Going to the basket.
He's tried that a couple times. It hadn't worked, but this time at least he got the foul. They're going to call it on the floor. They said he was passing.
One shot. Well, he passed.
That's a tough one. He was looking to pass, but at the end of the day, he threw it up.
Well, he was looking to shoot, and then he passed. His intent was to shoot it originally.
Look at the shooting this quarter. Nuggets 4-6. Rockets have yet to have a field goal. 0-5.
Now they've taken the Rockets were getting the basket so easily in the first half. That's come to an end now.
Because the transition was so good, they quit running. They're setting up 5-on-5, and now they can't make a shot. The Nuggets are stiff in the interior of their defense.
And that's going to be goaltending on Petro.
So you got that 7-footer in there. He's challenging every shot in the paint, and it's going to force you to make shots from the outside. That's what the Rockets are missing this season.
Kind of what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Is it you can't run because you're not making any. Well, they're not missing, so you can't get down to the other end. Smith now run.
With Kyle Lowry, he will find a way.
They're doing a better job. Well, they're not. I was going to say they're doing a better job on transition basket defense, but they didn't that time. That's the first time they missed it. The Rockets were able to get it up the court in a hurry, and Carter calls a timeout. 8:25 left to play in the game. Still plenty of time for the Rockets, but they're going to have to get going. They trail by 7.
In the fourth quarter,
there's still a ton of time.
Where they're faltering, but as you mentioned, there's a ton of time. But they've got to right the ship on the defensive end. They got to get some stops.
Exactly.
And on the offensive end, they got to find a way to put points on the basket, on the scoreboard, whether it's by penetration or making outside shots.
Yeah, Denver's already got 104 points, so you've got to start. They've made 2 stops in a row, but you've got to make a few stops on these guys. Phillips coming off that pick. He misses. That's good defense by Lowry.
Yeah, that's a start.
Lowry to the basket. Passes off to Battier. Yeah, 3 for Shane Battier. And the Rockets have gotten 3 stops in a row, and they've converted 7 points off the 3 stops.
Now that's a big basket for the Rockets. Both teams are pretty small out there. I think they can contend with this unit.
Lowry really battling Billups. Good pickup by Scola on the baseline. No offensive foul. Billups is called.
How is that not a foul? Billups, that was a flagrant. Should have been called.
Scola was called for the foul.
Watch this. Billups just takes his elbows and hit Lowry. Boom. You see that? Oh, my goodness. That's a flagrant with the elbow.
Not according to the official.
That's an obvious call.
Phillips and Lowry. Lowry right up in his grill. And a blocking foul.
Are you kidding me?
Called on Lowry. Well, I think Billups, by turning his back to Lowry, may have been guilty of an offensive foul.
Well, he lowered that shoulder. That's an automatic foul.
Billups at the three-point line.
Got to give Billups a lot of credit. He's a competitor.
If you want to get, if you want to get physical with him, he'll get physical.
He's 6'3", and he's one of the most physical point guards in the game.
Yep.
He loves that. You make his day when you do that to him.
Denver's gotten very physical now. And Battier fires it up and in. Shane Battier with back-to-back threes.
Single-handedly keeping the Rockets in this game.
4-point game. Rockets need a stop again. 6:55 left to play. Nene leans in on Scola. Nene lays it up and in. He's just so big and strong. How do you stop him?
You got to double that. He's too strong. Get him out of the paint. Joey Graham is yet to make a shot. You got to leave him.
Lowry back outside. Ariza looking for Scola. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Just going to have to do something with it. Lowry throws it up and in. Oh, what a shot from the hip.
That was literally from the hip.
109-105.
Rockets competing. I like it.
Scola is called for a foul.
See, both of those last 2 fouls could have gone either way.
And so now Carmelo Anthony will check back into the game.
Watch Nene, very physical. Him and Scola have been going at it all game. You see the elbow? Another elbow. He dipped his left shoulder. Anytime you dip the shoulder and you make contact, that's an automatic offensive foul.
Unless Kenny Mauer is
making the call. Because he sees something the rest of us doesn't. Whatever it is. And Rick Adelman doesn't like it.
Nene will be shooting the free throws. Pretty good free throw shooter here. 71%. He'll get one more. Anthony with 37, 14 for Nene. Flalo with 12, 15 for Billups, 11 for Petro, 15 for Smith. Rockets have 16 from Scola, 26 from Martin, and 26 from Brooks.
Good scoring on the backcourt, and Scola's doing what he normally does. It's just the defense has been lackadaisical. You got to stop the Nuggets. You can't expect to score with them.
Well, the Rockets got back in it by getting 3 stops in a row.
Nuggets score 107 points a game. You give up 102. So they'll let you score, but they just want to outscore you.
111-105. Back to Scola again. Scola thought about it. Now he takes it to the basket. It's blocked by Nene. Scola thought maybe Nene hitched a ride on that.
Brazil versus Argentina.
Yeah, boy.
Nene and Scola. South American showdown.
There's Lowry to the basket for 2 more. The Delay of game is called on Houston.
Lowry grabbed the ball while Nene was trying to take it out.
Well, Nene put it right in his
Watch
chest.
Lowry just blows by Billups for the easy layup. Watch what happened. Lowry grabs the ball. Very physical. Tempers are flaring everywhere.
Nene working on Scola again. Battier fakes coming over. Smith walked, and a foul is called. And the basket counts and one as Battier gets the foul.
See, the Nuggets are a fine-tuned machine. They know you're going to make adjustments. That time the Rockets doubled Nene on the post, which is something they should have done. Who are you going to come from? You got Carmelo or JR? JR makes the cut. The Rockets did not respond. Too late.
113-107. Timeout called by Houston. 5.5 left to play. Denver leading by 6, just over 5.5 left to play. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance above the rim replay. And it's that great play that came earlier from Chuck Hayes.
Little Kevin Go, Chuck and Hayes, Kevin Martin. That's how you get it done. Rockets are going to need more of that here in the last 5.5 minutes.
You know, we talked about who was going to play defense in the second half. Denver had 57 first half points. They had 56 here in the second half with 5 minutes left to go. The Rockets had 68 in the first, but only 39 here in the second half.
So their offense, to say that it's been stagnant, is kind of an understatement.
Well, I think Denver's had something to do with it. They finally decided to play a little D.
Yeah, the Rockets, you know, you can't expect to score with Denver. You got to shut them out and play consistent defense for 48 minutes if you want to win.
Now, J.R. Smith shoots about a 15-foot free throw, and he misses. He stands about a foot behind that free throw line.
I don't know why he does that. I think you should take every advantage you have. Get as close as you can.
Well, I would think so. That's the way I like to putt the ball. Kevin Martin gets open. Great play, calling. A foul and one.
I mean,
Aflalo is called for the foul.
can you believe that? Watch Kmart comes off the pick. Beautiful follow through. That's why he got the foul. He kept that hand up there. Aflalo hit it. And he's on the line for three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Well, he didn't get it. You jinxed him.
You were thinking it.
No, you jinxed him.
You're the best.
He's 9 of 11 from the free throw line. He's missed 2 tonight. He usually doesn't miss 2 in a week.
Exactly.
Rockets need a stop right now. Going to go right back to Nene again. Now Battier comes over. Rockets do a good job of picking it up. Billups takes a dribble, resets, fires, hits.
They did everything well, but Kyle Lowry didn't close out too well against Billups.
Too many
left
weapons. Too many weapons.
You got to close out under control. You can't give up over jumpers.
Scola pulls it back outside now, drops it off to Lowry. 10 on the shot clock. Lowry on the drive, throws it up. Nene put that big body on him. Scola's got it to the hook for 2. 115-111. Luis Scola now with 18 points and 8 rebounds as he heads for another double-double.
Yeah, I like it. If the Rockets can get a few stops here, they still can win this game.
Sure. And a steal almost by Lowry as he knocks it out of bounds with 9 on the shot clock. Aaron Brooks prepares to check back in for Houston. And where will he come in? He'll come in for Lowry. Lowry, remember, not in great condition yet. He's been trying to play his way back into shape, playing on 1 foot with that bad ankle.
Both teams employ a small lineup here in the last 4 minutes of the game.
Billups back to Anthony. Anthony gets a step on Battier. Good recovery by Shane. And Scola tips it to Ariza. Good stop. Battier with great defense. Aaron Brooks falls down, going to the basket. Turnover.
Oh, my goodness.
Sometimes he gets his feet going too fast.
A lot of times there's contact and there's a no call by the official. Now, they've been calling that all game long on the other end.
There you see the turnovers. Pretty low turnover game considering the speed and the amount of points. Double team quickly on Nene. Aflalo drives it inside. That's charge on Aaron Aflalo.
Rockets made a good adjustment on the double team on Nene. That's what the Nuggets are going to give for the rest of the game. They're letting the Rockets pick their poison, and so far the matchup defenses on the scrambling after the double team has been better here in the last couple minutes.
Boy, Kevin Martin gave up his slim body on that.
Yeah, you got to sacrifice for the benefit of the team.
Rockets now down by 4. Scola makes it 2. Luis Scola with 20 points. Here come the Rockets. 20 for Scola, 28 Martin, 26 Brooks. The big 3 for Houston.
Getting it done. I like it.
Rockets need another stop. It's Battier and Anthony, and a foul called on Battier. Oh, man.
What was that? That's my question. Carmelo goes up. The ball hits Battier's knee.
No, the ball hit Carmelo's knee.
That was an anticipation of a call that should have never been called.
That's what you said, anticipation. That's what John Goble thought, that it was going to be a foul, and it wasn't.
And so if you keep giving Denver the benefit of the doubt, this game will be over.
Yep, Earl Strom, the greatest official of all time, said you've got to see it before you blow the whistle.
I agree with Earl. He was one of the great ones.
You don't see it, don't blow the whistle. And he gets a touch. That's 39 points.
That's the other thing about the Nuggets. They're a great free throw shooting team down the stretch.
Yeah, they're 16 of 20, 80%. Rockets now trailing by 4 again. 2:56, 2:55 left to play in the game. 9 on the shot clock. Ariza with a drive, gets inside, sets up Battier in the corner, off the mark.
He had been making that. They got the shot they wanted. If he makes that, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, he had made the last 2. Now it's right back to Carmelo Anthony time. Anthony gets it inside for a quick drive.
It's just way too solid to guard one-on-one at the end of the game.
11 points in the quarter for Anthony. He's got 41. Inside to Aaron Brooks.
A lot of time left. 2 minutes, over 2 minutes. Only 4 points down.
119 to 115. It comes down to who can make the stops.
Brooks, let me tell you something. If he gets hot, get that three-pointer oiled up. This is when he and Kevin Martin need to score down the stretch as primary scorers.
So hard with Anthony Billups and J.R. Smith. Pick your poison. You're going to have to help. There he is. Anthony with the miss. In the open court. Kevin Martin on the drive. And he draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. That's money.
Yeah, that's a good move by Kevin Martin to push the action, get to the line, stop the clock, which is important, and try to put points on the board. Give these Rockets credit. They're not quitting. They are not quitting.
This is Rockets really have above. You know, we talk about it all the time. Oh, Kevin missed. He's missed 3 free throws tonight. They've got a good young team they can build for the future, but they're good right now. They just need a few parts they're going to add to in the offseason, and they're going to be one of the elite teams in the league.
Next year, I believe that.
Yeah, I really believe it.
If the Great Wall comes back.
Got 1 out of 2. That was tough. That makes it a 3-point game rather than a 2-point game, so you got to have a stop here. Crowd wants defense.
Got that high pick and roll with Billups and Anthony. What a weapon.
Ariza goes for the steal. He's able to recover. Ariza. Anthony. What a tough shot by Carmelo Anthony.
He's probably the best. He is the best offensive player in the game. You got to double him, get the ball out of his hand.
43 points for Carmelo.
Because he likes the big moments.
Ariza rises up for 3. Trevor Ariza with a cold-blooded 3. 121 to 119. Here we go. 103, 102 left to play. Rockets, everybody up now. Rockets need a stop.
Back to Carmelo. Is that any surprise?
J.R. Smith too hard on the shot. Tipped outside. Scola's got it. Calls a timeout. No, he gives it up. Here comes Aaron. 2-point game. Aaron to Scola. For two and one. Oh, baby. The Rockets have come all the way back. Look at Scola get on the floor. Gives it up to Ariza. Back to Scola again. His first free throws of the night. Got it. And the Rockets have come back to take a 1-point lead. Unbelievable basketball game, and they love it in Toyota Center. Timeout, Denver. Basketball game. Scola is right. He's got 23 points and 9 rebounds. The Rockets have come all the way back. Now Denver will have 41 seconds.
Well, you know they're going to get into Chauncey Billups, and he's going to go to Carmelo Anthony, who's been the hot man tonight for the Nuggets with 43 points and 9 rebounds.
Carmelo Anthony's season high is 50. That's also his career high. He's got 43 tonight. And this is his 7th 40-point game this season. He's had the last 6 points for Denver.
You know, with 41 seconds, that means the Rockets are going to get the last possession. So no matter what the Nuggets do, it'll be in the hands of the Rockets. Look at Carmelo's stats. He's almost scored double digits in each quarter except the second, but he's got a total of 43 points.
This crowd has not sat down. I don't know why you'd want to sit down right now. Everybody up. 41 seconds left. Billups will bring it in.
This has been a very exciting game.
Both teams are in the penalty.
Carmelo, as expected.
Going down to Nene. Lays it up and missed it. Scola's got it. That's his 10th rebound of the game. Gets it out to Aaron Brooks. Aaron in a hurry is fouled on the play by Billups. They didn't have to foul there, did they?
Well, no. It was a one-possession game.
That is the 27th double-double of the season for Luis Scola.
Well, Scola, Nene slips out of his hand. Scola's fighting for that rebound.
Boy, is he, I'm telling you, Scola comes to work.
He has taken over this game here in the last minute.
I thought he was the player of the week in the NBA. Brandon Roy got it, and Brandon Roy's a good choice, but he gets it all the time. I think Luis, I
think if he does it again, he'll get it next week.
All right, here, 2 big free throws. 2 big ones.
Aaron Brooks shoots over 80% from the line. 81 to be exact. .28
seconds left to play.
Money.
You gotta be cold-blooded in these big games like this.
If he makes this, he's going to force the Nuggets to shoot a 3 or get a quick 2 and foul quickly again.
He missed. Aaron is a good free throw shooter, but late in games, got that 1-for-2-itis. It's a 20-second timeout now by Denver, and the Rockets lead by 2, so the Nuggets can tie it with a basket or take the lead with a 3, and they're an excellent three-point team. Tonight, the Nuggets are 9 of 21 from behind the arc.
Yeah, but you got 3 incredibly dangerous three-point shooters.
There you go now. The Rockets still have a full timeout at 20. Denver has a 20. Neither team can give up a foul here. Both teams are in the penalty.
You got Carmelo, you got Billups, and you got J.R. Smith, three of the best three-point shooters in the league. And if you're going to double, who do you come from?
Well, I don't know. You know, you're almost, you don't want to double off anybody, do you, in this situation? But if Carmelo gets it, you've got to give. Let's see, who's going to have Carmelo? Ariza has had him the last couple of possessions. Battier had him before. Battier's got it. All right. Now Carter will bring it in.
Flalo shoots 43% from three-point land. He can shoot it.
Billups is fouled out. Carter has to play. Anthony on his way to the basket for an easy two. And a timeout, Houston.
That's too easy. That is way too easy.
Man, that's almost like they invited him to shoot it.
He just ran over about 2 or 3 guys. He might have traveled. Goes right by Battier. Battier does a good job of providing resistance. But like, he just pushes him right off. Get out of here.
Oh, gosh, he travels big time.
And he travels. Oh, my goodness.
I want to see that again close up.
Maybe if they had
watch his travel. He picks the ball up right there. Now he moves both feet.
And he's pushing off the whole time. Maybe if they had 4 officials, they could see that. Because the other 3 on the floor obviously could not.
Well, you let the superstars get away with that stuff. If you're not a superstar, you're probably called for travel.
And a push-off.
That's tough. Well, then you got to shake it off. Well, see who's going to step up, and who do you think it'll be?
It'll be Aaron Brooks off the pick and roll. Remember, the last bucket wins, but the Rockets have a chance to control the last possession. They should not shoot until 2 or 3 seconds are left on the clock. Make sure the Nuggets don't get another opportunity.
Rockets trail by 11 points with 10 minutes left. It's hard to remember that, but they have really come back. We talk about Denver being the comeback team, but tonight it was the Rockets who came from 11 down. And now the Rockets will have a chance to win the game.
Well, they fought hard all game to put themselves in this position. Let's see if they can finish the deal.
Chauncey Billups fouled out a couple of minutes ago, so he's sitting over there watching. That helps you out a little bit, although Carter is a pretty good defensive player, and he'll be in there. So Martin, Ariza, Scola, AB, and Shane. If you're Denver now, you know, it's kind of hard to back off of too many people, too. They're going to have to play tough. I'd almost go to Scola. Of course, on last plays of the game, you never get a foul called down low.
Rarely do you. But Kevin Martin is great at drawing fouls. You might see him get the ball off a little pick and roll rub action.
Well, the advantage for the Rockets, they can take the last shot.
Well, your guards have got, what, 29 points respectively each, Brooks and Martin. So you got some good options. Scola's a great option.
It's winning time. Aaron Brooks puts up the jack. Got it! Aaron Brooks hits the go-ahead basket with 2.9 seconds left to play. So the guy that couldn't hit a free throw from 14 feet hits a jumper from 17.
Big bucket, big time bucket for Aaron Brooks. That's what happens when you got a point guard who can take control of a game. Little stop and pop gets him going. Woo! That's his favorite move. And he knocks it down and gets an elbow jumper. It doesn't get any easier than that for Aaron Brooks.
Tonight's Landry Signature Group Rockets players of the game will be Kmart and Aaron Brooks. 60 points and 12 assists, 17 of 22 from the line.
And Brooks, you know, with that last shot, it doesn't get any bigger than that.
All right, now, they called a timeout. Denver will get it at midcourt. 2.9 is an eternity.
Yeah, but if, you know, if they hit a 3, they have a chance to win. I think they're going to go for the win. You got Carmelo, and you have J.R. Smith, 2 very dangerous three-point shooters on the floor.
Now, rather than Billups bringing it in, it's going to be Carter because Billups is fouled out. So you'd really have to watch. The Rockets still have, they don't have any timeouts left. And the Rockets can pressure them and the ball. Here we go.
One more stop by the Rockets.
2 will tie, a 3 will win for Denver. A miss wins for Houston. They're going to Carmelo. Goes for the win. Air ball. And the Rockets with an unbelievable comeback. The Houston Rockets win the game. What a great victory for Houston. The Rockets in the game on a 9-2 run. The last minute and a half, they were down by 5 points. What a gutty and gritty effort by the Houston Rockets. 31 points for Aaron Brooks, 29 for Kevin Martin, 23 for Scola. Bart, you got the hero of the game with you.
I sure do, Bill. Aaron Brooks hit the game winner there with 2.9 on the clock. Describe the last play there and what you had in mind.
I knew that was going to help. So, I wanted to get a little bit of separation. And I knew I was going to be able to get to the rim. And I learned that against Dallas a couple games ago. And you got a pull-up shot and it went in.
So talk about getting a huge win over a very good team in a playoff-like atmosphere in here tonight.
The atmosphere was electric. The fans really showed out. We played pretty well. And, Trevor hit a big 3 down the end. Luis Scola hit that one off the backboard. And defense, Shane came through for us. So it was a team win, and we really needed it.
That fourth quarter, the execution at both ends was really good, wasn't it?
Definitely. It came times where we was down 10, where we just would have folded earlier in the year. And, that just shows that this team got heart, and we came out and we got back into it.
Great game tonight, Aaron. Thanks for your time. Aaron Brooks with 31 tonight, Bill. Definitely the hero of this game, he and Kevin Martin. Back to you.
Well, you're right, Bart. That young man right there is learning on the go. Earlier in the season, he didn't have that pull-up shot, but he's learned how to do it now, and that just gives him more dimension, more variety in his game. And the Rockets survive a 45-point performance by Carmelo Anthony. They get 31 from Brooks, 29 from Martin.